Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. I am Eza and I'm from English A, and in this video I will presenting my final exam about travel documents, immigrations and customs, and cabin and baggage information if you want to go to Hong Kong for vacation. So, if you want to go to vacation to Hong Kong, you have to watch my video first. So we have three topics. The first topic is travel documents, and the second topic is immigrations and custom information, and the last topic is baggage and cabin information about Singapore Airlines. The first topic is travel documents. There are several documents that you must prepare before going to Hong Kong. The first travel document is passport. In general, all tourists who will travel to Hong Kong must have a passport that is still valid for at least 1 month after their stay in Hong Kong. And the next travel document is visa is not required for Indonesia tourists. Tourists originating from Indonesia have received the Hong Kong visa-free program. So, a visa is not required, and tourists from Indonesia can stay in Hong Kong for a maximum of 30 days. And the next is travel medical insurance. Travel medical insurance protects you in the event of an illness or injury when traveling outside of your countries of residence. It provides key medical benefits in case of an emergency. Traveling abroad is an exciting experience, but unpredictable illnesses and accidents can happen. Even worse, the resulting medical bills can be overwhelming. The level of international medical coverage provided by your domestic insurance. So, your domestic insurance provider can vary greatly depending on your plan. So, you may have very limited coverage or no coverage at all. A travel medical insurance can provide the coverage you need. And number 4 is travel insurance. Since long ago, there has been a name for a travel insurance service that is in charge of providing special protection as long as we travel. This insurance serves to provide protections in the form of financial protection for a number of events beyond our control. Some of the most common, for example, compensation for late or delayed flights, compensation for damage or lost baggage, and dependence on post-accident. The next document is COVID-19 vaccination certificate. Non-Hong Kong travelers aged 12 and over are still required to be fully vaccinated or have obtained a medical exemption certificate before they are allowed to board a flight bound for Hong Kong. Travelers must have a COVID-19 vaccine certificate that showing that they have been fully vaccinated at least 14 days before flight departure. The certificate must be in Chinese or in English issued by the health authority of the country of origin of the vaccination. And the next document is electronic customs declarations. Passengers must complete the electronic customs declaration and obtain a QR code within 3 days prior to departure. A customs declaration in paper format will not accept it. And the next travel document is electronic health declaration. Before we arriving in Hong Kong, tourists are asked to fill out an electronic health declaration to get a QR code before boarding at the plane of departure. The QR code is valid for 4 days and tourists can fill it in 3 days before departure. Then, before flying, tourists must submit a QR code at least 72 hours before departure on the link provided. After that, passengers are also required to show the green health declaration QR code obtained after completing the declaration at check-in for verification by the airline for boarding. And the next is rapid antigen test before we flying. Tourists must test negative for COVID-19 and take an independent test 24 hours before the flight. Then, submit it online through the health and quarantine information of the Department of Health. The second topic is immigration and custom regulation or policy. The first one is immigration. In general, all visitors to Hong Kong must have a passport that is valid for at least 1 month after the period of their intended stay in Hong Kong. However, documents issued to stateless persons must be valid for a minimum of 2 months after the periods of intended stay. Nationals of most countries do not require a visa to enter Hong Kong for tourism and can stay for periods varying from 7 to 180 days, depending on nationality. With effect from 28 December 2021, the Immigration Department has introduced electronic services for visa application in phases to allow applicants to complete the entire process of visa-related application online. And the next is customs. All visitors entering Hong Kong must go through customs clearance and declare any dutiable commodities exceeding duty-free quotas. There are several points to note. The first is import and export of commonly found prohibited or controlled items including dangerous drugs, arms, weapons, animals, plants, endangered species, meat and poultry is governed by Hong Kong laws. And the second point is any import or export of these items must be accompanied by a valid license, permit or certification issue in advance by the relevant authorities, unless exempted by law. And the next is, while legal in some countries, various personal protection devices such as mace spray and stun guns are prohibited in Hong Kong. And the last point is persons entering or leaving Hong Kong are required to declare or disclose the possession of currency or pure negotiable instruments totaling more than 120,000 Hong Kong dollars to the Custom and Excise Department. Topic number 3 or last topic is cabin and baggage information. The first is cabin baggage. When we fly with Singapore Airlines from Jakarta to Hong Kong, we can carry up to 2 bags into the cabin with us depending on our class of travel. In addition to the limitations stated here, we must also be able to stow our baggage securely in the overhead compartment or under the seat in front of us. Additional items allowed on board, so we may carry one of these items with us on our flights, free of charge, in addition to our cabin baggage allowance. The first, we can bring ladies' handbag, camera or camera bag, document bag, overcoat, umbrella, laptop or notebook in bag, infants' amenity, and food consumption on board. The total weight of these items should not exceed 6 kg. And then a walking stick, a pair of crutches and or other prosthetic devices if you are dependent on them. And then a small amount of duty-free goods were permitted. And the next is general restrictions. For safety and security of our passengers, crew and aircraft, the following items are either IATA, ICAO, technical instruction and or SIS rules and regulations. Please ensure that you do not pack items specified in this list in your carry-on or checked baggage. Passengers are prohibited from carrying these items in either checked or hand baggage. The list of prohibited items are as follows. The first is explosives such as fireworks, munitions, flares, Christmas crackers, sparklers, and party poppers. And the next is security type cases or boxes incorporating goods such as lithium batteries or pyrotechnics. And then compressed gases such as butane, propane, aqua lung cylinders, lighter fuels or refills. And then lighters such as butane, absorb fuel, electric battery powered novelty. And then oxidizing substance such as bleaching powder and peroxides. And then flammable liquids such as paints and adhesive. And then flammable solids such as safety matches and articles which are easily ignited. And then disabling devices such as mace or pepper sprays with irritant properties. And then poisons such as arsenic, cyanides or insecticides. And many more such as radioactive material, corrosive material, meals ready to eat, firearms, ammunition, toy guns, and any other substance which during a flight present a danger not covered above, such as magneticide, offensive or irritating material. And the next is restricted items. For comfort, safety and security of other passengers on the flight, passengers are not allowed to carry restricted items in their carry-on baggage. To minimize inconvenience, you are advised to check in or put these items in your check-in baggage instead, such as knives, including hunting knives, swords, and pocket knives, and then scissors and any other sharp or bladed objects, and then weapons such as whips, nunchakus, baton, or stun gun. And the next is handcuffs, and the next is sporting equipment, and the next is devices with spillable batteries, and the next is non-radioactive medicinal or toiletry articles, including aerosols such as hairsprays, perfumes, medicines containing alcohol, hand sanitizer, and alcohol-based disinfectants not exceeding half kilogram or half liter per article and 2 kilogram or 2 liter in total weight. And then electronic devices which cannot be switched off, for example Furby toys. And the next is toy guns that do not resemble weapons, such as plastic water guns. And the next is any other items which are deemed security hazard by local law. And the next is any other items that resemble or have similar function to the above items. And the last is e-cigarettes. Electronic cigarettes, also known as e-cigarettes, personal vaporizers or electronic nicotine delivery systems are only allowed in carry-on baggage or on the person, where permitted by the applicable local laws. However, the use of e-cigarettes in the cabin is prohibited at all times. So that's the information I can explain about travel documents, immigrations and customs, and cabin and baggage information. I hope my video is useful for you. Thank you for watching my video. See you again.